Bold and Beautiful has been turning heads with major twists and unexpected character shifts. In today's update, we dive into the mixed reactions from fans over the storyline changes, especially the transformation of Daphne Rose. Originally introduced as a bold, cunning seductress with a no-strings-attached allure, Daphne's character has been watered down into just another love-struck woman chasing after Carter. Critics argue that her free-spirited, unpredictable energy has been lost, and they're calling for a return to the spicy, fun-loving persona that once promised to shake up the Forrester drama. Meanwhile, the show is ramping up several other dramatic arcs. Spoilers reveal that Luna's shocking, daring moves to win over Will are causing uproar, while Sheila's escalating conflict with Poppy adds another layer of tension. Brooke finds herself caught in a turbulent love triangle, still holding on to hope for Ridge, even as Carter hints at new beginnings. Yet the most heart-wrenching twist comes in the form of Liam's looming medical crisis. Hints of an inoperable brain tumor are setting the stage for emotional reckonings. With Bill expected to confront his long-held regrets and potentially mend strained bonds, viewers can anticipate powerful, tear-jerking moments. And if that wasn't enough, Nick Marone is making a high-profile return. His reappearance is sparking fresh hope for Brooke, inviting new conflicts among Ridge Taylor and the recently revived charm of Nick. With unresolved past romances and unpredictable family drama, Bold and Beautiful is poised to deliver an explosive mix of love, loss, and rivalry in the coming weeks. Stay tuned for more updates on this roller coaster of romance and drama on Bold and Beautiful. Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to Luxurious Night. The show is completely bungling a golden opportunity that is in the hands of Bold and Beautiful. What will we do with you, Bold and Beautiful? The way you presented Daphne Rose as a crafty seductress who sees sex as games and fun was excellent. We were all on board. We even wrote about it. But all of a sudden, you made her into just another typical bold and beautiful character, or, to put it another way, a woman whose only motivation is to be with the man she wants, in this case Carter. We were informed that Daphne was too strong for any man, and we were convinced by the way Muriel Hilaire portrayed her. She is intoxicating. However, Carter has undoubtedly resisted Daphne, and the more she promises to make him hers, the less attractive she becomes. It's not as pitiful as, say, Brooke and Taylor pursuing Ridge despite the fact that he has broken their hearts numerous times, given that this is her first pursuit. It's still not good, though. A sex-positive wildcard who wasn't as fixated on commitment as all the other characters on the program was a welcome change for Bold and Beautiful. She has become an exact replica of the pitiful Brayler as a result of it. Any plot could have been blown up by dropping Daphne in like a bomb. In contrast to Sheila and Luna, she lacked the homicidal instincts and could have been a true agent of mayhem. What do we have left? A Daphne who is only a semblance of the persona we were first introduced to. She no longer has a sense of mischief. She is not unpredictable. Her fun has been greatly diminished. Of course, there's still time to rectify it. All Bold and Beautiful needs to do is have Daphne wake up one morning and see that, despite Carter's reputation, he isn't everything. Then just let Daphne wild on the canvas to woo her way from Spencer Publications to Il Giardino. Act as though she is the seductress we were taught she is. Make Taylor furious because Ridge blushes whenever Daphne compliments him. Have Bill fall deeply in love with Daphne, only to have her dismiss him as merely a recreational partner. Have Daphne respond, "She hasn't had much sex, has she?" after Zenda makes a move on her by pointing out that Luna had described him as the greatest sex she had ever had. For Bold and Beautiful, Daphne Rose might be a really entertaining and unique character. All the show needs to do is start writing her that way and keep that in mind. Check out the collection of love possibilities for Lawrence St. Victor's character below, as we're hopeful she'll move on from Carter. Soaps.com's most recent spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful for Monday, April 14, Friday, April 18 reveal that Liam is determined to fulfill his daughter Kelly's dream. Sheila serves Poppy much more than pizza during a visit to Il Giardino, and Luna uses her creativity to try to gain favor with Will. We'll talk about it all as you read on. In the recap from Monday, Brooke and Taylor butt heads. Poppy smacks Sheila, and Luna undresses for Will. Regarding their lost loves, Carter comforts Brooke. At least a new love is on the way for her. However, what about Carter? He does have choices. Poppy is pushed over the edge by Sheila. At least there is cake over the edge, according to this week's preview. Similarities to Sally Spectra to visit Will. Luna poses as a delivery person. However, is that a really good idea? Read more about it here. Spoilers for Tuesday, April 15 on BOlD and Beautiful. At last, Will gets rid of Luna. For now isn't mentioned in the spoiler, but come on. We all know that he is only getting rid of her for the time being. Like her grandmother Sheila, she is Delulu. Electra shares her predicament with Will with her Aunt Ivy. Mon Dieu. When Brooke hears Daphne pleading with Carter, she loses it. Alumni how she and her spouse concluded a tough week for us is shared by Rena Sofer. Wednesday, April 16 spoilers for BOlD and Beautiful. Liam is taken aback when Bridget reveals that she is working for him. Is she capable of performing the miracle he requires? The list of guests just got longer. Who will be attending the upcoming fashion show? Things we could have guessed is the category. Luna assures Sheila that she will not give up on making Will her own. Spoilers for The BOlD and the Beautiful. After Liam's medical secrets are revealed, Bill says these 6 heartfelt words. Liam is now keeping his hospital situation under wraps, and he is relying on Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood, to do the same. However, Liam will eventually be unable to conceal his illness from Bill and his loved ones. This is particularly true now that Liam seems to be on the verge of finding out he has an incurable brain tumor. If Liam thinks he doesn't have much time left on Earth, he might find himself doing some introspection. Even though Liam and Bill's most recent argument ended badly, their earlier disagreements might not be that significant in the long run. Although Liam can never fully comprehend why Bill would go to such extreme measures to release Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, there is no reason to harbor resentment at this time. In what may be his last months, Liam will ideally want to get back in touch with Bill if he feels that the end is near. Similarly, when Bill learns that Liam passed out and experienced a serious medical emergency on his land, his own rage may swiftly subside. Bill will undoubtedly regret not staying and calling for assistance sooner. Naturally, Bill's connection with Liam may also change as he receives information on this irreversible brain tumor blow. Liam had earlier asked why Bill was unable to express his love, but when all these medical secrets were revealed, Bill could be able to let his feelings out quite effectively. Bill could need to make some significant admissions when he faces the prospect of losing his son. This has the potential to genuinely transform Bill's heart and unite him with Liam. Although it would be ideal if it were taking place in a more favorable environment, Liam and Bill may value the fact that they are growing closer nevertheless. After Liam's medical secrets are revealed, Bill might finally utter these 6 heartfelt words, "I apologize and I love you." In the upcoming episodes, that might help Bill win Liam's forgiveness and mend their relationship. Of all, this B&B plotline does not ensure that Liam will indeed suffer a terrible fate. We've witnessed enough soap opera fake-outs to know that Liam could receive some amazing news in the future. In any case, spoilers for The BOlD and the Beautiful indicate that Bill and Liam might foresee how they will mend their relationship for however long Liam has left. Nick Marone is back for Brooke on BOlD and the Beautiful. Is she never going to see Ridge again? BOlD and the Beautiful sees Nick Marone, Jack Wagner, coming back for Brooke Logan. And when that happens, she may put Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., in her rearview once and for all. We'll discuss how Brooke might conclude that her future is too bleak and that it's time to give up on Ridge as a result of Nick's return to B&B. Spoilers for BOlD and the Beautiful. Brooke remains. So, right now, Brooke is still holding out more than a little hope that she has not lost Ridge to Taylor Hayes forever. And part of that hope is being stirred by Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, who is reassuring Brooke that she can get Ridge back, just like he's certain that he can get Hope Logan, Annika Noel back. However, neither of those things seem certain to me right now. For the time being, Brooke continues to believe that Ridge is the one man she should date and that they would eventually reunite. Though Taylor isn't buying it, that's undoubtedly what she's telling Taylor and what Brooke is attempting to tell herself. Brooke was caught parading around in her bra and underwear while attempting to throw herself at Ridge during the workday. Additionally, Brooke was humiliated by Taylor for her desire in desperation. She did, however, appear rather embarrassed. She also let out a scream. However, Brooke also appeared frustrated that Ridge didn't interrupt her and that her plan didn't work. Nick Marone's explosive return. Will Jack Wagner's B&B comeback change everything for Brooke Logan? Naturally, we then learned that Nick Marone is returning to Los Angeles. And Brooke's life might be completely different after his return. Although she frequently claims that Ridge is her destiny, he is by no means the only guy to have entered her bedroom, captured her heart, or placed a wedding band on her finger. Those who are new to the show, like some of the commenters who have questioned me about it, might not be aware that Brooke was once married to Ridge's half-brother, Nick, and in love with him. BOlD and the Beautiful. Brooke on merry-go-round. As often as Brooke found herself returning to Ridge, she also kept finding herself drawn back to Nick. Here is a brief introduction to Nick, in case you are unfamiliar with his name. Ridge's mom, Stephanie Forrester, Susan Flannery, had a fling with Massimo Marone, Joseph Mascolo, back in the day. Joseph Mascolo, the renowned actor who portrayed Stefano Demera on Days of Our Lives, played him. He was a kind, talented, and now deceased man. In addition to being Ridge's biological father, Massimo is Nick's father. But Stephanie had missiled Eric Forrester, John McCook, about things with Massimo. Additionally, he always believed that he was Ridge's biological father. Family secrets are revealed in B&B spoilers. And Eric, of course, raised Ridge as his own. And none of them found out Massimo was, well, Stephanie did. I think she already knew, but it came out that Massimo was Ridge's dad when he was an adult. And Ridge had an accident and needed a blood transfusion. So that was the big Ridge and Eric reveal of that fact. At one point when Brooke was pregnant with R.G. Forrester, she didn't know if Nick or Ridge was his dad, because she was so deep with both of them. So I'm not going to tell you the whole history, because there's a lot of back and forth, but there's a lot of angsty past and rivalry there between Nick and Ridge over Brooke, and over their bio dad Massimo. And of course, the messy history with Stephanie and Eric as well. BOlD in the Beautiful spoilers. Nick's return to shake up Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor's love triangle. So now Brooke is single, and Nick is headed back to LA. He is surely going to distract her from missing Ridge and fighting Taylor over their mutual waffler of an ex-husband. And in case you don't recall, it wasn't that long ago when we saw Nick return for a one-time appearance in 2022 when he came to Brooke as part of a dream sequence. I think he was in a Navy uniform at the time. It's been a minute. It's been, 3 years. And if you've never seen Nick, you are in for a treat. He is played by the very, very hunky and handsome Jack Wagner, who of course played Frisco Jones over on General Hospital and stars on When Calls the Heart. He's only getting better with age like fine wine. And I am very excited to see Jack Wagner back to BOlD and the Beautiful. Look for Brooke's other big love, Nick, to return to B&B on June 13th. and Jack Wagner actually began filming last week. And by the time Brooke sees Nick sweep back into her life, she will have been split from Ridge for 6 months, which is significant because that means he's been with Taylor all that time, happy as a clam. Love, jealousy, and family drama. What to expect from Nick's extended arc on B&B. Jack Wagner is reportedly sticking around on BOlD and the Beautiful for a relatively long arc. Nick surprises Brooke with his unannounced arrival in LA, while she's feeling especially low after losing Ridge and him refusing her repeat pleas to come back to her. And all of this will reportedly bring back Brooke's unresolved feelings for Ridge's brother Nick. Spoilers for the return plot say that Brooke feels comforted by Nick's return, and he offers a sense of stability that she desperately needs at this point in her life. Their passion reignites, and Brooke may get a chance at happiness with this blast from her romantic past because Nick still loves her. But seeing Brooke reconnect with Nick might change how Ridge feels. BOlD and the Beautiful spoilers. Ridge jealous? Nick and Taylor may both be surprised if Ridge finds himself feeling jealous. He's adamant right now that he and Brooke are done because she betrayed him, and he says Taylor is his future. But that could change if Ridge sees Brooke moving on with somebody else, especially if that somebody else is his brother Nick. You can bet if Ridge goes green with envy, we're also going to see Taylor annoyed by that. Longtime fans of BOlD and the Beautiful might also recall that Nick was with Taylor too. Nick and Taylor were married once before, and Nick was actually married 3 times to Brooke's daughter Bridget Forrester in true B&B Creepy Family overlap romance style. And if Ridge did mosey back to Brooke and walked away from Taylor because he's jealous of Nick. BOlD and the Beautiful spoilers. Nick to the rescue? Yeah, I'd like to see Brooke tell Ridge to take a hike, and she's sticking with the other brother after all these years of waffling. But if it does play out this way on BOlD and the Beautiful, I just hope that Brooke and Taylor don't start fighting over Nick instead of Ridge. But at least that would be a fresh love triangle rather than the stale love triangle that we've seen with Ridge, Brooke, and Taylor. There are a few different and fun ways this could go, but it would definitely be nice to see something other than Ridge in the middle of Brooke and Taylor. No matter how it plays out, I think it's going to be great to have Nick back. And I'm also excited to see some new material for Brooke, and maybe even a different angle on this Taylor and Ridge thing because of Nick's return. And there's still a little bit of time between now and when Nick resurfaces on BOlD and the Beautiful. So we're going to see more of Ridge and Taylor's happiness, causing Brooke's heart to keep breaking until she's at this very low point. And Nick rides to the rescue. I cannot wait. Thanks for watching this video. Please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.